What's up, guys? It's Nate, and I'm back again with another pretty cool car. A pretty cool story car at that. This is a 1991 Honda Civic Wagon RT four-wheel drive. Now, these are extremely sought after these days for their all-wheel drive components. This one is completely intact, and let me tell you a little bit about it. It's actually a pretty cool car. Now, it looks really rough, but don't mind the appearance. This thing just sat out and got beat on a college campus its whole life. But this car actually only has 30,000 miles. 2,500 miles of which I put on myself. I went to California and back to LA from Vegas so many times in this thing already because I had to deal with all the paperwork to get the title. Now, this is a really, really special car, and let me show you why. This car is VIN number 000002. It's second off the line. Yep, you heard that right. 000002. So back to what I was saying. This is a very special car. Now, I got this car in a really weird way. And so apparently this particular car right here, was donated from Honda to Rio Hondo College in California for their automotive program. So this was like one of their, student cars. They did little projects on it and stuff like that, little maintenance things. And then it basically sat on campus and just got abused and neglected and forgotten for the last 30 years. And now what's totally crazy is they just let it go. They just let it go, had no idea what they had, and then sent it to auction. Now, when I got it from the auction guys, it had different wheels on it, and man, the guys were so sketchy. It was like the craziest LA moment. I got it from like this crazy tow yard. It was just the weirdest shit ever. You wouldn't even believe it. But essentially, I got it with this paperwork from the auction, and I had to go to California like 3 or 4 times. I had to get like a VIN verification. I had to pass smog. This thing passed smog. And I had to register the car in my name. So I got plates for it and everything. And the title is in my name, obviously. But I am, in the computer system, the first owner of this car. I'm the first owner. So it's pretty crazy. Now the plot thickens. So I was like, wow, this is like VIN number 2, and it only has 30,000 miles. I was like, maybe Honda wants this car. It's an RT four-wheel drive. Like, maybe they want to restore it. Like, it's faded and it's like banged up, but it has really low miles. The engine is minty. Like, maybe they'll want to restore it. So I got in contact with Honda North America. I called everywhere, and I went all the way up the chain. I was like, I'm talking to supervisors. I was going crazy, and I finally got in touch with like the supervisor, and they knew about this car. They knew about the first 100 cars that go out off the line. They go to different college programs all over the country, and they're not even sold to the public. So this car was like an experimental model. It never came with an antenna, but it came with the wiring for the radio. It has an OEM roof rack, OEM speaker pods. It's a 4-wheel drive, automatic, and it's a pretty bitchin' car. It's all messed up now. The sun really got to it, but it's still a bitchin' car. Now, so when I got in contact with Honda, I was like, you guys, what are we gonna do? Like, do you want this car back? Like, this is a piece of history, like, in my eyes, this car's worth restoring, and it's rust free. It's banged up, but it's rust free. I was like, what do you guys want to do? Like, they were like, well, we have number 1. And I was like, oh, okay. They were like, you're really lucky to have that car. It's really rare. It's really rare that it has such low mileage still. You should just enjoy it. And I was like, wow, like, no way. Okay, so I got in contact with the head of the college automotive department, verified everything. Fellow's name is Steve. He sent me like a letter of authenticity. It was hilarious. I loved it. And so this thing is legit. It's totally legit. I'm the first owner in the system other than the college. And they never owned it in the system. It was never registered. So I'm the first registered owner. of this car, which is pretty freaking wild. So, you know, it's banged up. Quarter panel's a little banged up. It's pretty banged up, but you can definitely fix it. It's rust free. Excuse me. So hype. I just put a new exhaust on it. Twin tip. And these cars are absolutely badass. It has the all-time all-wheel drive system. It's an automatic. And it has the low gear. And the low gear is badass off-road. And then it also has Sport S4. There's Sport 3 and Sport 4. And then super low. So that's pretty badass. And now we're sitting at around 30,500 and odd miles. So let's look at the interior. I mean, it's totally wrecked from sitting in the sun. They just totally let this thing bake. And all the panels are pretty much cooked. I put this in here because I think it's fitting, you know? So, yeah. The seats definitely need to be redone. That one's not so bad, actually. But the back is split as well. I ended up putting a full sound system in it. It has a whole new Bluetooth head unit, new speakers, and then I loaded the pods with new speakers as well, and then the subwoofer right there. So let's look under the hood real quick. It's pretty nice under there, actually. I put brand new brakes on it as well, power stops, and then threw these wheels on, these old school Rotas. I really like 4-spoke wheels, so had to go with those. Look at that. 30,000 miles. I just threw a used battery out of my yard in it, so don't mind that battery, but everything is period correct and really nice in this engine bay. I tuned it up, obviously, to pass smog, threw some new plugs and wires on it, but that's really all I had to do. Change the oil as well. Thing runs absolutely tits. Really sweet, sweetie. So I just started it up so you can listen to it running. All I literally did was drive it from the neighborhood over here to the parking lot, so haven't really taken it very far yet. Not even sure if it's all the way warmed up. No, it's still cold. But it runs fantastically. There's no check engine lights, no ticking or knocking. You know what's cool about these cars is that this comes with the D16A6, which is the same engine that the SI hatchbacks had. So this is basically an SI hatchback with 4 doors and all-wheel drive. Pretty cool. Let's give it a rev. Proper revving. You know, so anyways, guys, I'll keep this short and sweet. I just wanted to bring this car to you, show you this car, show you number 2. It's second off the line. It has 30,000 original miles. It's an RT4 wheel drive. You know, it's unfortunately an auto tragic, but that can easily be swapped. This car has a lot of potential. It is rust free. And I love it, you know. Some trolls were like, "Oh, it's rusted out," because it has some sun fade here, but there's no rust anywhere. I mean, the paint's going. I mean, but that's it. This car's from Cali, high desert. There's no rust. It's not by the ocean. There's no rust on any of this car. No rust anywhere. Well, hope you enjoy this wagon. Hope you enjoy all the cool cars that I walk around on the channel. Like and subscribe for more. Got a lot of cool content coming. Really appreciate all your help and subscriptions. Let's freaking get it. See you guys on the next one. Peace.